Yo, can you hear me? You listening to
WAW. What a week.
Eta, welcome to another edition of WOW What a Week. This week, hanging out with I want to still say a young lady, because young lady, an inspiration, the perfect poster child for perseverance, the perfect poster child for I know exactly what I want and I'm going to get it. The perfect poster child for your opinion about me is your problem, but you're only entitled to your opinion about me and not to your facts about me. Coming up next on WOW What a Week.
This is
Wow! What a week.
What a Week. Celebrity guest.
Celebrity guest.
Jumping straight into it, a massive inspiration, especially for village girls who dare to dream. Please welcome Ngwanyana wa Hamasetlong via Feli. Ngwanyana wa Gogo ko Feli. Please welcome Mokgadi Caster Semenya.
No, thank you, man. Hey, what an introduction. We normally get that introduction, on the track, before you run. Hey, Caster Semenya from South Africa. So,
Yes.
But this one, I'm not.
Everywhere go ya nte about the intro.
Yeah, of course. Sharp.
Welcome
I'm
to
good.
WOW What a Week.
No, thank you for having me and giving me this opportunity.
Tell us about your week. How's this week been?
My week has been quite busy. We just had Spa Ladies, Grand Prix awards. They were awarding, our athletes that won the Grand Prix.
Sure.
And obviously, because of now, I've ventured into coaching. Obviously, my daily, routine is more for waking up, 5 a.m. I do my training, with my athletes, and
Sure.
then obviously I'll have to go back, in the afternoon as well, do the training. But obviously, I'm always, busy with, Caster Semenya Foundation, and obviously with its own, projects under it with, women empowerment, project and the Maasai, youth development. So I've been, quite busy, lately. So but my week normally is just normal as anyone, working. That's all.
You could have done a million other things. Why a coaching academy?
Why coaching academy is because I'm coming from a disadvantaged background,
Sure.
where I had no facilities, I had no resources, I had no guidance, in terms of proper coaching.
Sure.
So I felt that it's important, for me to establish an organization that creates opportunities, open platform for kids to get into the fields, access to get to the clubs, because
Sure.
where we're coming from, we have nothing, and when you are here in the cities, it's very expensive for one that comes from a village to affiliate to a club.
Sure.
So I felt that it's necessary for me to open those platforms for these young kids who are coming from the disadvantaged backgrounds, vulnerable situations, it may be broken families, domestic violence, but I thought they need that support. So for me, that's what we cater, for these young girls and boys, to educate them about, principles of lives,
Sure.
mental health, career choices, but just to, to understand themselves also as human, that look, you are not a mistake, to be in this world. You belong here, and you gotta have to believe in yourself.
Sure. So typically 5 o'clock you're up, what trainer?
Yeah.
And then what happens the rest of the day?
The rest of the day, obviously, it has to come, with the logistics. You have deadlines, there are proposals, you have bookkeepings. You have to keep up, with, the partners that you have, within, the organization.
Sure.
So it's more of a daily routine in terms of office work, but I do it my way because, I'm a freelancer, I don't
Sure.
have to report to anyone but report to my wife.
You were a very stubborn child, well, at least according to your book, The Race to Be Myself.
Yes.
You were a very, very stubborn child.
Yeah.
Are you a stubborn partner in your marriage?
Yeah, we both stubborn. I'm a stubborn partner. She's a stubborn partner. But
Yeah.
I think you come to an understanding that, look, you have to accept, people for who they are, love them for who they are, try to understand, their background, where they're coming from, but also create your own, environment where, in your union, that, my partner is crazy, but look, you gotta have to know the loopholes where, you're gonna calm them down. I'm not Romano, she's romantic, but I try by all means, to not be that village girl, in this marriage, make it work. Yeah, there are times where, there will be huge fights, as human, we're not perfect, but yeah, I'm stubborn. She's stubborn, but we have that common ground where we know how to calm each other down. Yes, it's hard sometimes to accept when you are wrong, but I think if you want to be in good state, so you gotta have to accept and move on, accept and then, appreciate, people who are around you, but just say, look, hey, I'm sorry if I've offended you, but yeah, I'm still stubborn as hell.
Is it easy for you to apologize? Because
it's not easy. I'm a Capricorn. It's hard to accept when you are wrong, but I come, to my senses where I'll realize, look, I've heard, my loved ones, and yes, it's hard to apologize, but we have that common ground where we'll sit down, we talk about it, so say, hey, you have heard me there, and I'll apologize to say, look, I did not mean, to hurt you. I did not mean to make you feel uncomfortable, but I'll try my best, to do better.
Sure.
But then probably I'll apologize maybe after a week.
No, I'm sure we're not obo. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I'm that kind of a person. Remember, with the life, or the journey that I had, in my life, I'm not soft. I'm always, hard in terms of, look, man. So now you gotta have to be, comforting. You gotta have to be soft.
Sure.
And try by all means to say, look, yes, I've wronged you, and I accept, and I'm sorry. And then now I have to do, self-introspections in terms of if I want to be in this journey, with this person. If I wrong them, I have to, come down and then, apologize and then be sincere. I have to mean it.
Mara, would you say, given Hore, since childhood, you've always had to fight?
Yeah.
Figuratively, emotionally, and in every other way. And your entire childhood has been, I must fight back, I must push back,
of course.
I must defend myself, I must fight for my place in the light.
Yeah.
Would you say your marriage has forced you to re-evaluate how you do certain things?
Of course, I think the minute you are, we will not talk about marriage first, but I think the minute you are in a relationship where you love, you appreciate, you are willing to sacrifice, you are willing to take, someone's pain, you will come to that understanding that, look, there were times where I say, nonsense, I don't take nonsense, I don't take this. But the minute you are in love, it changes everything. The minute you have kids, it changes everything, because of now you'll be in that state where you say, you know what, I wanna be happy, but I also wanna make someone happy.
Absolutely.
But for me to be happy or to make someone happy, it comes with tolerance. It comes with patience. It comes with trying to build someone when you see that they are lacking, but also for me, I have that room that I need, my partner to, to calm me down, to say, look, there you're not, it's hard to accept, but where they say, but there you were wrong, you understand? And you sit down and then you talk to yourself to say, hey, but they are more
Sure.
So, but it has changed everything. And then when you move to that relationship that is serious, you take it to that step of marriage, you start understanding that, look, it's no longer about me. It's about, two people, it's about four people. Remember, here we talk about a family. It's a union that you never want to fail anyone. Yes, as people, we make mistakes, we have our skeletons, but respect, it's the most important thing. Yeah, they're looking at you and you want that environment for them to say, look, we are happy kids, you want to make them happy. Even when we are two of us are not in a good state of mind. We are not in good terms. But we try by all means to take our issues to bedroom, to say, look, my love, I still love you, but you know,
Maar
we're doing it for the kids.
problem.
Yeah, it started in the bedroom. It needs to be fixed in the bedroom. And in a good way, I think you gotta have to have a sense of humor to say, why am I in this marriage? Am I in this marriage because I want to be perfect? Am I in this marriage because I want to build something? Obviously, perfection needs to be, you know, taken away. It has to be understanding, you know, one's feeling. And when you know that you have offended your partner, come on, accept and say, I was wrong. Those are easy, you know, words to, you know, to alter, but it takes actions, you know, to show that I mean it when I say I've done it. It takes time to adjust, to process, you know, when you're being hurt. You know, I've been in marriage for over 7 years now. I know what's right. I know what's
longer
wrong.
than most.
You know, and I never wanna, you know, offend, you know, my partner to a level where it takes us to that, you know, bridge where you feel like now it looks like we're gonna pardon the ways. You understand? You wanna always, you know, make means to make it up.
Exactly.
And then, you know, me, I'm from the villages. I never have time to buy ice cream, you know, flowers, you know, take you out and those things. No, me. I go hunt. I'm done. I come back. I do all those things. But now, when you are in a relationship with someone who's, you know, who wants flowers and all those things, chocolates, you gotta do that. You need, you know, massage, you know, days. You gotta do all those things.
And I get share obviously she's from Limpopo, but get share
yes, yeah, we'll let you most away too. So, you wanna go DK or wanna zone 4 da. So I get my vandal, vanyaga. You know, they want that soft life. They want to be, you know, they wanna feel that, you know, love.
Absolutely.
So. But when are you coming from a background where
your love
they did not matter?
Yeah, your love language is I went hunting, here's a rabbit.
Yes, here's a rabbit, you have a meat to eat, you have food, you know, you have a roof, you know. So, but now when you get deep into a relationship, you start understanding that, okay, it has got pain, you know, it has got love, sometimes laughter, sometimes you are not even laughing, sometimes there's a hate, like, why did I even marry this person? But then when you sit down, you start realizing, look, this is my pillar. You know, without this person, I cannot function. So we gotta have to, you know, appreciate, but respect, like I said,
absolutely,
is the most important key in any relationship.
Parenting Oratile and Warabile. What would you say is the biggest thing you guys disagree on when it comes to parenting?
I don't think we disagree in terms of parenting because we act in the best interest of the kids. But when it comes to mula, too much shopping, we fight for that. I'll be like, hey, my friend, you can't be buying clothes each and every week when you go shopping.
What, for herself or for the kids?
No, for the kids. Because you have to understand that, you know, we as women, we are. When it comes to shopping, when we see something good, we shop. But me, at the other end, I would be like saying, my love, no. But you just bought the very same kind of a shoe. Well, why are you adding more edition? You get what I'm saying? So I would say we disagree more in terms of doing shopping for, you know, kids. But in terms of raising the kids, look, we co-parent beautifully. We too attached to our kids to an extent where, for me, when I'm at the fields, I'll tell her, now it's overtime, my friend. We gotta get home. Sometimes I'll just leave her, she knows. I'm that kind of a person. I wanna give my kids that love, that support. I wanna be present as much as I can because life is too short. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, you understand? So I want them to, even when they're at school, when they're with their friends, to say, look, Babu, because they call me Babu, you understand? So, and it's always in their tongue. So
where does Babu come from, that name?
It's more for because we two mothers. We had to try to, you know, break, you know, that barrier to say, look, for me, I don't want them to call mom. Yes, they call me mommy, but we just created a nickname where you just call me Babu in the house because of I'm more masculine, you know, and how I do things
and then you know
is more different.
And you know who they're calling.
Yeah, I know who they're calling. So it should be, when they call Violet, it will be mommy. And then me, I know in the house, it's Babu. So it's very simple. So in terms of, you know, knowing who they're calling. So sometimes they will say mom, they'll be calling me. I won't respond. But say, but you, Babu Mami. So, but look, when you are in marriage,
Sure.
and like I said, when you want to give these kids the best life that you could, because you gotta have to try your best. How I grew up, I don't want them to grow up like me, where they have to hustle from young. I want them to focus on education, mural activities, swimming, music. If they want to do music, they don't have to worry about coming home that I want food,
Sure.
I want clothes, I want that. You want to give them that necessary basics
Sure.
that they need. But education, I think, is very important when it comes to educating your kids about the whole, world, social life, how to socialize, knowing when you are in the wrong. Knowing when you are in the right, apologize when you are wrong. But also, we teach them from young how to associate themselves, with, right people, connection and the energy. But besides that, I think we're doing quite well in terms of parenting because we parent on our own terms.
Sure.
We don't seek, advices from, someone else, because at the end of the day, we go through our kids, personality and attitude.
Sure.
We treat them based on what we see.
They're individuals.
You understand? They're individuals. They have their own different, personalities. I'll say the second born, it's totally me. The firstborn is Violet. She's calm, she's caring. But the second one, she's adventurous.
Sure.
She's just me when I grew up, climbing tables, trees, jumping all around, doing all those crazy stuff. That's me. You understand?
Sure.
So I think it's more for understanding your kids, in a level where, they also understand you when you're not happy. So they are like that. They know when I'm not happy, they'll see my face. What's wrong with you? I said, no, I'm fine. It's just life. You understand? But that's how it is. You just want to act in the best interest of your kids. Yeah.
So you guys fall in love. You decide we're going to get married. Who decided or brought up the subject of we need to start a family, and how it was going to technically happen?
It's one that thing that for us it was more of about the chemistry that we have and the desire. Of course, when you are in a relationship, you don't know where it takes you. But I think the conversations of family, it started when we started aging. Obviously, Violet is 5 years older than me. So, and obviously she looked at me, look, we've been in a relationship for long. Are we gonna take this thing serious? I'm like,
Sure.
yeah, we will when we're ready, you understand?
Like, when are we going to stop running?
But also, I told her, like, I don't want us to have kids if I'm going to be absent. And I think when I started, slowing down more into racing, when I was blocked from running, that's where we saw the opportunity to say, okay, I think it's time to have kids. But obviously, for me, being a different woman, being born with the DST, of course, I knew that I can't carry kids, but we gotta have to find a way in terms of how to how to start the family. Obviously, we had to sit down and say, look, adoption cannot be an option now. I know you can bear kids, so we have to try, by all means to make sure that you're gonna bear kids. And obviously we go through, the process where we visit, the fertility clinic.
Sure.
Obviously they'll, advise you in terms of which is the easiest, way to conceive and all those things. And then we went through that process. And for me, I wanted to do something I feel comfortable. I wanted to be part of it.
Sure.
From a day one, to go see, the process, the embryos, we freeze them, taking her through that process. It was beautiful because now I had to see, what's going on, Now I have to put myself in that, space to say, now today she's feeling like, I'm not feeling good, I'm not feeling like that. But the plan was to have one kid, but I'm the one who, came in and said, look, now I'm not having one kid, I want two or more.
Sure.
But then when you start realizing, kids can be more expensive, you start realizing, I think two is enough.
Sure.
We are enough with two girls. We're happy. We're in a good space. The kids are happy, and but it was more of understanding. It has to be, both sides, because we're in marriage. So I don't want to come in and then blame you
Exactly.
for something.
Yeah.
She mustn't come and blame me. It has to be an agreement where two partners partner in something,
Sure.
and then it works in both, sides. So, but yeah.
Some families would look at an option of maybe even getting a male relative from your family to be the donor.
Yeah.
Was that an option?
No, it has never been an option, because it has to be us. It has to be. It's not about getting, your own blood.
Yeah.
It's about having your own kids.
Sure.
It's about having something that fulfills you. And at the end of the day, if we sit down and then we feel like, maybe I wanna go, I wanna go Caucasian. I wanna go American. I want to go someone from Kenya, genetics. We look also into educational backgrounds and all those things. And I think for us, we felt like, look, we living our own life. We're not living our family's life.
Sure.
So I think as individuals, we need to start understanding that your path is your path. And we connected to the ancestors, we consult.
Sure.
You understand? We tell them, this is what about to go down. This is what we are doing. This is what we're going to be doing. So I think people need to understand, as Africans, we consult, with our ancestors before we make any decisions. Obviously, we are spiritual people.
Yes, sir.
We had to go back home, consult with our ancestor to say, this is the path we're taking, this is the journey. Is it right for our clan? And they agreed. And then we said, oh, okay. If that's how it is, we're gonna do it. Obviously, even giving names, we consulted. Our kids are their first names actually. The firstborn is Dou. Is my grandfather, and then the second born is named after her father. It's Nkopane. So we are more spiritual in a way that every decision making that we make, we consult with family, we consult with our ancestors, and it's a beautiful path because they are connected, to our ancestors. So it was not about, the blood, about my brother or anyone. Yes, I have a brother, but it's more of wanting your own life. We are creating our own
your
family.
Own path.
It's our own path. So it should be a path that resonate with me and Violet, not anyone.
Nah, I would have gotten my crazy cousin Jelta for donate. Okay, Jelta. Jafta.
Yes, I think with us, I think it was never about that. It was just about, like I said, our own path. We're living our own life. We're living, everything that we want to do, it should be based on just me and her. You understand? It shouldn't be about, trying to get, my dad's, blood, my cousin's blood. It should be about, just living my life, with her, just being happy with what we have.
We've built our own.
We have built
empire.
our own, and it's our family. We have created our own, union, and with the support of family, with the support of the siblings, I don't think you need more.
Absolutely.
You understand? And we are a lovely, family and a couple. So yeah.
I want to go back to your childhood a bit.
Yeah.
You have built a career and broken records.
Yes.
And irritated white folk with a lifelong knee injury that many people might not even be aware of.
Yes.
Tell us about living with this lifelong knee injury that I think if you had not had this knee injury as a child, the records that you've set already, there'd be nothing right now.
Yeah, I think, when we grow up, it's more of you are in the village. I dislocated the knee, I think, when I was about 7. But obviously, medically...
Doing what? She was running.
I was running.
Always
yes.
running.
And then only just a slight corner, just a short left. I dislocated the knee, but I didn't think it was something serious. But obviously, I was taken, into a hospital where I had to be there about 7 months. I don't know why I was there for 7 months, but I think, God has His own plans, for His child. And I was there, for for 7 months. Then I came back. I played soccer with that, very same, dislocated knee. But I think when things are meant to be, it will be. I played over a decade, playing soccer with the leg. But when I was, I was about 21. Yeah, when I was 21, I dislocated it again, running.
The same.
Yeah. But then, obviously, from 7 years, between 7 and 20, it has never given me any problems. But I could feel that, I have a problem, but we never considered, taking it seriously, doing, strengthening and conditioning and all those things. But when it dislocated me, that's when, it clocked in my head to say, hey, my friend, you gotta have to see, professionals. You gotta invest in yourself as much as you see, Cristiano, and LeBron's. Those are my prime people that I normally, look at their workouts, what they do, to keep their body, up there to the level. But obviously, after that, I had to, go into the gym, invest, gather my people, together to make sure that I get it right. But besides that, it was just the easy life because you just come from the villages. You don't have to worry about your biomechanics, how you should be running, running on the ball of your feet. No, as long as I can slant, the times, I can win, medals, it was easy. But it came where now I'm matured, I've grown.
Sure.
So now it gives me flames, where now I have to look into it, fix, the problems, and then, break, all those, times that I have. But I'll say when you are meant to be, you'll be. Yeah.
So you had an interesting childhood where you're in the village, you're very athletic, you don't allow anyone to bully you.
Yeah.
Even the boys knew that don't fuck around.
Yeah.
Even the boys knew.
Yeah, they knew.
In fact, Biggie, I think Biggie. Is it Biggie that
Biggie.
you beat up twice?
Yeah, no, he knows.
Casper beat up Biggie. Then Biggie's mom comes with Biggie to Casper's house.
Of course.
To say, you guys are going to fight. A girl is not going to beat you. Casper beat Biggie again and then took Biggie's belt and continued to beat.
Yeah.
Yo, you were a problem. Yo.
No, I was a real problem.
Yeah.
But I think it goes. You see, you take over it's genetically this thing. My dad used to beat up the hell out of his generation.
So it's in the blood, Mus.
Yeah, it's in the blood. So I took over my dad. So for me, I'm a very calm, individual.
Yeah.
But I don't want someone to mess with me.
Sure.
As much as I cannot come and then do anything that I don't like, it to be done to me. So, but the minute you start messing with me, now I will show you flames.
Absolutely.
But unfortunately, now in this world, with the assaults and all those things, you'll end up in the cell.
Yeah.
So I think you grow and then you get matured, you become a bigger person, but then you start understanding the principles of life. Sure. But at the young age, even my sisters will know that if somebody messes with them, I will enter into that fight. And I know there's someone he did hold that grudge from, even now, he still reminds me of, you when you were still 7 years of age, you used to think you were
the guy that used to bully your sister.
Yeah, there was a guy who used to bully my sister, and
then you went to
dealt
school
with him.
And you dealt with it.
Yeah, I dealt with him. But now, then when we were playing soccer, when we, now we are old, and then he started telling me, you once did that. I said, my friend, that was a long time ago. So you can't come back and then come back with the grudges like that.
Yeah, let it go.
Let it go, man.
Yeah.
We were young, but also I had to do what I felt it was right to protect my own sisters.
Absolutely.
If anybody messes with my family, I'll go any extent to make sure that I make them feel it.
Personal.
So it's personal. It's personal. You hit my sister, I hit you back.
Sure.
But I think I cannot promote or condone, violence or condone fighting. Then we're still young, but also remember that also coming from a background of apartheid and all those things, it messed us a little bit, because now when you see someone do something that you don't like, you're going to retaliate. But I think now, as a bigger person, as someone who has grown, as someone who understands what is right, what is wrong, someone who teaches safeguarding, how to to protect young kids, how to teach them how to treat people with respect. I wouldn't advise anyone to use violence or fighting as a solution. We can sit down and talk about it.
Let me tell you where I disagree with you. I'll give you an example. A friend of mine last week says to me, my son just beat up a kid at school.
Yeah.
Again, second time this week. And then he asks his son, why did you beat up this kid? He's like, no, this kid is always in jail on me. And he's been on me.
Yeah,
he did it the first time. I told him, please stop. He did it again. I was like, if I don't deal with this now, this kid is 9. If I don't deal with this now, he won't stop. So he grabbed him and he smacked him a bit. This boy went running, crying. And I said to him, I love the way your son handled it. Because at some stage, you need to stop turning the other cheek. And we need to remind our kids that. Otherwise, we're raising kids who are soft, that can't stand up for themselves, that can't fight for themselves.
I know, but the thing is, now it's tricky when it comes. For kids, it can be solved, but you don't want to make it a habit as individual, because the minute you grow out of primary school, high school, then you get to varsity, you smack the hell out of someone, and then that person,
it becomes an assault charge.
It's an assault, charge.
Or a gun is pulled out.
A gun is pulled out. A knife is pulled out. Objects are being used. We as parents, we cannot condone violence. We can say yes, it's good to stand up for yourself, but you have to understand that the minute it goes to violence, it creates something that in you that you don't want.
You open a door that you can't close fast.
You have to understand with the GBV now. So we can't condone that, to say it's okay to assault, it's okay to beat the hell out of someone, because it may catch up with you in the near future. When you have a partner, when you have a girl, or when you have a boyfriend, where you think it's okay to beat the hell out of someone, and it's not nice to be in that situation. It's good for our kids to stand up for themselves. They just need to know how to walk away, from problems.
When to walk away.
When to walk away. You understand? And if you feel like this person is being too much to you, find a way. Use words that can destroy one.
I know 5 words.
Inside.
I know 5 words.
5, yeah. Those 5 words you can use. But for me, I've realized that a key to really damage someone, use words that they don't like. It destroys them, because it distances them from you. You understand? And for me, that's what I teach my kids, to say, look, if someone bullies you, you tell me, I'll go to school and then I'll align that, with the parents, or also the teachers. But also for you, you need to know how to stand for yourself. And if someone say words that you don't appreciate, you don't like, yes, I'm hurt inside, but show them the middle finger and say, I don't care. I don't care what you think of me. I don't care, what you say. I don't care what background you coming from, rich, poor, or what. But your opinion of me has got nothing to do with me. Absolutely. So yes, you may try to bully me, you may try to say whatever you want to say. I do not care. If you want to go cry in the washroom, but don't cry in front of people. Show them that you are here for you. Love yourself to an extent where don't allow bullies to bully you. Like for me, when they used to bully me, like, she's a boy. And I'll be looking at you fresh, I'll be like, a girl. Guys don't like being called a sissy. You understand? I'll call you to that extent. I'll give you punchline through words, in a positive way that you'll, even when you look at the mirror, you don't like that person. So I think that's what we need to teach our kids, to say, look, to avoid violence, Yes, boys, I know they're quick when it comes to punches, which is we can't control that. But I think we as parents also, we need to teach our kids to say violence is not an option, because you get used to beating the hell out of someone. As well as it becomes a habit, it becomes a language because of, I always tell my kids, if somebody lay a hand on you, you tell me with immediate effect.
Sure.
Then I solve that now, because of if I make them get used to, someone slapping them or them slapping someone, even in their relationship, they'll think it's normal.
Sure.
That's why we in a society where boys and girls, they feel like it's a normal to be beaten or it's a normal for someone to beat you up. No, it's not. When you see that, it's a red flag. Walk away with immediate effect. You find someone better who appreciates you. You understand? So I think, for me as a parent, I will not condone it to my kids to raise hands. Yeah, if they are alone, it's their own, decision to make. I'm not there. And in the corner, as a parent, I'll be saying, yes, she has done it. But in humanity, we need to try to behave, act as if you don't support it, knowing that you are proud.
But you're air punching.
Yeah, I'm air punching to say, you smacked her, but you smacked him. You understand? But we should not promote that, because as much as we say we're fighting this GBV, it starts, from household. It starts from us, as individuals. And for me, as I look at it growing up, people that I beat the hell out of, sometimes I feel bad, because I'm like, Pela, I slammed someone hard. I've hurt someone. They did bleed. So I feel guilty. And when I meet with them, some of them will be like, hey, my friend, I'm sorry about what has happened in the past, but we put it behind. So that's what I can say for me as a parent. I'm not saying other parents should do what I do, but I think from one parent to another, let's not encourage our kids to fight, but let's find a solution in terms of, communication is a skill. Let's learn how to communicate. And then if you see like a conversation, it's it's more firing up. We saying words that we don't like. I walk away. Even now when I walk on the street, you call me a boy, I'll tell you men enough, then I'll walk. You understand? Men enough, and I'll hurt you. I say men enough to be your dad. You get what I'm saying? Those things hurt you as an individual. If someone hits you with the words that you never expected them, it breaks you as an individual, and then you start sitting and say, hey, I shouldn't have said that.
Exactly.
And if you apologize, you apologize. But if you don't, I don't care. At the end of the day, I don't know you, you don't know me. So I think that's what we need to teach our kids, to mind their own business. And if someone saying things that they don't like, walk away. Just walk away.
Speaking of fights, one of the big fights you had was when puberty hit. The girls around you are starting to grow breasts. They're starting to get their periods. But none of that is happening for you. And the one person you trusted was Mama. How did that conversation go with Mama?
The conversation was more of, now I see, man, I'm like 12 years. I look at my sisters, I look at the girls that I grew up with. But then, for me, it was not a surprise, because I take life as it comes. And I will not say it was a battle. It was more of trying to understand, why am I different, and then you start trying to figure it out. And when I sat with her, and I'm like, hey, Mamzo, Pela, I didn't see more. I'm not going through, periods. What do you think? Do you think this will come? Obviously, because she doesn't have a medical background and all those things, she'll be like, no, everything has its own time. But what I liked about her, she was like, you gotta have to learn how to appreciate yourself, accept yourself for who you are. Your differences, has got nothing to do with anyone, has got nothing to do with me. I think it comes within you if you accept yourself. And for me, I loved it because I'm free. I can walk, with my chest out.
You don't have to miss
You know,
school
I don't
because of
have
your
to,
period.
you understand. And it was a lovely, upbringing, because then I'll sit with my sisters, with that conversation. They will be telling me, you are fortunate because, you don't grow breast, you don't go, periods. You don't have to worry about, sanitary towels. You don't have to worry about going to school, during periods. You just freestyle and then you go. But I think it's where, as an individual, you start understanding yourself. You start trying to study yourself to say, look, this is the life I'm living, and I'll carry on with it. I don't have to question myself.
In fact, I was going to say, what conversations are you having with yourself in your head? Because as much as you're a strong girl, because of all the shit you had to deal with, you're still a human being.
Yeah, of course.
You're still seeing other girls around you developing in ways you're not developing. At an emotional level, what are you feeling seeing all of this?
No, it's a beautiful life. No, for me, it's beautiful.
No, forky next.
I can forky, man. I can forky. What do you mean feel alive? I can fucking next. I was that just young girl who doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And, I'm like there. But also you have to understand, for me, I understood myself from a young, 5 years of age, knowing that, look, I think I have crush, on girls.
I was going to say.
Yes, I have crush on girls. So if I don't have periods, it works in my favor.
Sure.
If I don't have breast, I don't have to chest, I don't have to,
Sure.
cover anything. I'm chilled, I'm fine. I love myself the way I am. I look at the mirror, now I'm like, okay, Kshapa Braj.
Sure.
Kshapa Braj, Kshapa Eskelenyana. Plus there was this time where Shapa relax and then Shapa Magula style.
Michael Jackson.
So Michael Jackson, Nyana. So I loved, those vibes. And for me, I fell in love with the person I am.
Sure.
I fell in love with my personality. I fell in love with now how I look at girls, how they look at me. So then how I fit in with my cousins. And then I used to make them eat through the pipes.
Sure.
When it comes to girls, I'll be like, they will tell me I like that girl. I'll be like, Papa, no, that's my girl. You understand? Those are the things. So for me, I loved my life. I really didn't care, who says what.
Sure.
And then, but there were that conversation, where it went deep from young, with the gents. We're sitting with the boys now. See, now they're having these conversations. Remember, I grew up with boys.
Sure.
My childhood, all my childhood, yes, I'll play with girls for a few seconds, but most of my time now, I've gotten, used to the language of gents.
Sure.
And obviously now they talk, men's language. I'm like, hey, but girls, you guys are forgetting that I'm a girl.
And you guys had foul mouths.
No, they're very foul.
No, say they, you guys.
Oh, I'll say, okay.
You and the guys had foul mouths.
We have foul, we have this language where sometimes, people don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
But I think for me, God, just gave me a strong heart. He gave me the body. And I appreciated it, and I loved it. And even now, when I walk, I can go to the, my chief's compounds. Yeah, but I respect, the law. I'll just take the duke. Yeah. But the language I speak with them is more mainly because that's how I grew up.
Absolutely.
And even in the village, they know I can't go cook. Now. Kipirin na heki ya hai kishapatente kiatamai kiagobaning kijalesenging. I do all those things because that's where I feel comfortable.
Absolutely.
And the society has accepted me for who I am, but because I respect them, I respect the culture. But then if they say I cannot enter there, no, I can't force myself to enter.
Yes, sir.
I'll just do my own things. But I think I'm that child, happy soul that grew up with love and support. But obviously, I think the credits goes to the family, my mom and dad and my siblings, because how your family treats you, that's how the society will treat you.
Yes.
How you treat yourself, that's how the world will treat you.
And often how your family treats you informs how you present yourself to the rest of the world.
Yes.
Yeah,
of course.
So you had your first crush on a girl when you're about 5 years old?
Yeah, I would say, no, not really 5, I would say, but when I knew this is a crush, of course, that's when I was like when I was about 9. Obviously, I was in grade 3, 4.
Yeah.
Actually, grade 3.
Yeah.
That's when I knew, actually, grade 3 and 4, that I know me. I even confessed, to my parents to say, guys, if you think you're going to...
I was going to ask you about that because
Yes.
you called a family meeting.
Yeah.
Caster called a family meeting. Tell us about that family meeting.
No, when you have to understand that people need to understand that when you know your story, when you know your path,
Yeah.
when you know this is the life I'm living, you have to be honest to yourself, but as well as to your loved ones.
Sure.
I mean, I called my family to say,
How old were you when you called this meeting?
I was, I think, 21.
Yeah.
Because I knew that I'm here now. I know that I'm going to marry Violet.
Yeah.
She's the one.
Sure.
And I called them up and then say, guys, this is me.
Yeah.
This is me for you. You take me as I am. But I asked them if they have a problem with my lifestyle, my personality, me being in the same sex, relationship, and all those things. No, they don't have a problem. I say, but yeah, okay. And I said honestly, guys, don't please me. If you feel like you don't accept me, I plead with you. If you don't accept me, don't lie to me. If you don't like how I live my life, you don't like me, you don't love me, just tell me. I'll pack the hell out of my bags.
Sure.
And give you your space and live your life. Don't try to please me or anyone. Do you genuinely love me for who I am? And I say, no, we're fine, we're happy. The most important thing about life is that when we see you happy. And I say, me, in fact, I have news to announce. I feel like I'm old enough, to start, off, my own life, with Violet, because guys, what you see is what you get.
Sure.
I don't just bring, a woman home, but you have to know that me and Violet, we are a union, and we will get married. You understand? And obviously now I have to talk to my dad to tell him, look, you have to arrange, the angles. You need to go ask, hand in marriage and all those things. And what's good about being honest about your feelings? You confront. You understand? I confronted them, so they reveal themselves.
Yes.
You understand? And fortunately, my parents, they loved me for who I am. The most important thing that they could do for me is to see me happy, and let me be me for me.
Sure.
You understand? So it was beautiful like that.
At a cultural level.
Yes.
At a cultural level of how we do things.
Yes.
How are you guys navigating the rules of engagement, given that it is two women who are now wanting to spend the rest of their lives together?
Yes.
Because it's clear cut when it's a
Yeah,
man
it's a
and
clear cut. Yeah, I
you
know.
what I mean? So at a cultural level, what conversations are you guys having about how you are navigating what aspects of this union?
What we did is that I'm bold, I'm not feminine. So what I suggested with my parents, I told them, yes, we both women, but for me, I'm close to my ancestors. So I'm gonna ask guidance from them in terms of how they want this thing to be done. And obviously through their guidance, what has transpired was like, you're the dominant one.
Sure.
You're the one who's gonna go ask, hand in marriage. You're the one who's going to play role of, Yamjita.
Sure.
You're going to pay lobola, the angles, you're going to buy everything that those people want, and then you're going to pay for that. You're going to take her home.
Sure.
So we've done that. We consulted with their family, and the letter was sent, and then we went. Obviously, because of my dad was there and then my uncles, so they had to go with my sister and my brother. So we performed a pure cultural custom.
Sure.
So it was no doubt about who is doing what. So those roles, we went in, we took her. She knew that when we get married, there's no double barrel surname.
Yeah.
She's taking the Semenya, surname. So that's how we played that part.
Now, obviously, all of this is happening. Nati, everyone is happy. Was there anyone that wasn't happy or that didn't agree
No.
in any of the families?
No,
Yeah.
it was a mutual agreement. At the end of the day, I told Violet, look, what's important to me is the blessings from your mother.
Yes.
Now she's laid. And if you consult with your ancestors, obviously your dad is laid. So if Ngopane accept me as the in-law,
That's all we need.
that's what I need. I don't give a shit about the borakgadi bao ba kwa or borakgadi ba ka ba kwa ba reng. Because at the end of the day, a union is between two people.
Sure.
And if we're doing it in you see the process, if the process is right, we consulted home. If your mom, your dad are square, so why should I worry about who comes next? Because of if I have a relationship with your siblings, your mom and dad, your other aunts and all those things. If one rotten potato comes in,
Why is
we
it a
dish it out.
Why is there a problem?
Why is that should be their problem? The same as even in my family. If there is someone who has a problem, then that's their problem, not ours. Because at the end of the day, the question that I'll ask them is that, where do you enter? Look at your affairs. You have your own kids. That's where you should be manifesting anything. That's where you should be focusing on. Because at the end of the day, each and every parent will want their kids happy. You understand? And if my parents and their ancestors are happy, and when at the extended family, you're coming in, you want to take charge of someone's compound, it does not really shake me anyhow. Because at the end of the day, what's important about life is that if your mom and dad gives you blessings, that's what you need.
Absolutely.
And you give respect to them, and then you've consulted with them, and the parents consulted with the necessary people that we know they are, aligned with the, that alliance. So other people who comes in and then ba offer mpa, no ba level ya no ba offer mpa.
Ofrempang here.
But no offer mpa, get life ya bona. Now I'll always tell them, look at your life.
Yeah.
Go fix your marriage.
Sure.
You understand? And if I know also you are in that marriage, ya wo ntate o robala kwa mma o robala go botsa re ai malume. Sa mo fixa lenyalo la le nalaka. Ke happy ka lona le monate. Nna le nna ke fixa la bo mma le bo papa. If ke bona re bo mma le bo papa ona le ntwe sa tsamayeng sharp. I sit with them and say
That is your business.
you know,
And
yes,
you're entitled to it.
I'm entitled to it,
Exactly.
but anything that is out of the Semenya compound,
Yeah.
it has got nothing to do with us. Mabarevari, the rumors, it's not nobody rumors. We can't be entertaining that, and that's what makes us, our union, beautiful, because we mind our business, and when we're not happy, we sit down, we talk about our problems, and life is beautiful, and we're happy. Yeah.
Let's talk about, because we're going to go back to your childhood,
Yes.
because I feel we don't discuss your childhood enough times.
Yeah.
In your book, you talk about how at the age of 15,
Yes.
you made peace with the fact that the breasts are not coming,
Yes.
the period is not coming. Tell us about that very moment where you decided that, okay, Shapo hey, Mudimo, that's what you've decreed it shall happen.
Yeah, I think you have to understand that when you are now, remember I'm in high school now. Now I'm growing, I'm like, gents, but I think as yourself, you don't want to confuse yourself. You come to an understanding where you say, look, obviously when I'm old enough to find out about myself, to say, why am I not having, periods? Why am I not developing breast? Which is, IWA have done me a favor to come and do the test.
To come and bully you.
Publicize, my medical records, which is a good education for an African child and African parents to start understanding that, look, these things, they do happen. We have kids that are born, with differences. So, but I think for me, it was that part where I say, look, now I'm moving on. I'm happy with the person I am. I'm gonna live my life. They come, they come. They don't come, they don't come. I don't really, care. But what I care about is myself, esteem. I have to be, positive about life. I have to now carry this person that I am, to the world. I have to go outside and then be happy with the person I am. And when you mistaken me of a boy, I correct you to say, I'm a girl. Yes, I know I'm different. I have a barrel chest, deep voice. I'm bold. But my identity, I think that's where now self-identity, came in, where now I sit down and then I tell my parents, look guys, you don't have to worry about me. I'm old enough to, I think, look after myself. I'm old enough to go out there, fight my own battles. And also my sisters. So it's one of those things that, I had to have that conversation with myself to say, hey, Cass, is that the life you want? Sure. Are you going to live a life based on other people? So I think those are the things that when you come and say, look, I'm just going to be myself for me, self-acceptance, came within, loving myself, respecting myself, appreciating myself, but I think the most important part about, this life is that when I looked at the mirror, I loved, what I saw. Yeah. I loved everything about myself. I have that love for myself to an extent where nobody, can dare come and make me question myself.
But your teens
yes.
are happening when you've moved to Philly.
Yes.
Where your grandmother is
yes.
from.
Yeah.
You were shipped off basically to
Philly. I was shipped off.
To be the hired help there.
Yes.
So a lot is happening in your teen life.
Yeah.
But Mama is not there. Papa is working in Pretoria.
Yeah.
Who did you confide in?
Myself.
Yeah.
I confided with myself because at the end of the day, I'm in a household where, yes, they are family, but...
You're not close?
No, we were close. Yeah. We were very tight.
Okay.
But, you see, now I'm growing up with boys. Yes. 2 boys in the household, no girls.
Sure.
And now there's my grandmother. So I think now she wanted to enforce me to be more lady.
Yeah, they bought you a dress for school.
Yeah, they bought me a dress. I said, let me try it. Let me see how long it will take me to, to wear these skirts,
That time all you want to do is play soccer.
Well, all I wanted to do is play soccer. Now they need to get me a girl to be a friend.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey guys.
Yeah.
Now, the grandmother, enforces that, now. It's okay because even at home, I used to do, house choices. Sharp. But late on, I go to soccer. Now she doesn't like it. No. I'm doing everything at home sharp. Even soccer matches, she didn't want me to go. She will try to create something, get a job, make me go, go to the forest, do this, fetch this. I know I start confronting her. So I think it's one of those things that we're trying to see if there could be a change, but unfortunately it worked in my favor because of now I started being independent. I started saying, if they want me to do this I don't like, this is how I channel it. Yes. And it was nice because, yes, I wore those, tunics, dresses for I think 2-3 months. After that I said no.
In fact, that was my next question because again, like I'm saying, there's so much happening in your teenage life where even to the boys, you eventually had to disclose.
Yes.
Because at some stage you'd created a phantom twin,
I had a fantasy twin.
Yeah, because you'd gone swimming with the boys when you were younger.
When I was younger, yes.
And then you told them that that was my Your twin brother.
It was my twin brother. Because of now, you see, when you fumble, you see life. Life will humble you.
No, because lies catch up.
Lies catch up.
Yeah.
So now, you see, I told you about the two brothers,
Yeah.
Salvation and Ernest.
Yes.
So when I get there, those guys, they misled me. They take me to the forest. We went swimming to the dams. When I'm there, I'm with shorts. I'm bold, I'm masculine, I'm sharp. I was good looking.
Yeah.
So I get in, with the boys there. These gents are naked. I'm used to that. We swim. Now they have to go register me. Now get better
So the boys you were swimming with,
the boys that I swam with,
are now seeing you in a dress in high school.
No, before that.
Before that,
I met with the other one. Kishile di bolpoto,
Yes.
kiasge lale magoko. I won't register. One pona daman, one pizza or tabiso. I mushapa ka bomb. I'm ghost get level lago. Are tabiso. Kam level get am na tabiso. Momo na tabiso ko wila mastongo vaile. Which I no get one mo ke flopile mo. Yeah. One na matsamaji da ya nung.
Yeah.
Now get chika. The worst part.
Yeah.
80% of the gents I swam with, same class, grade 7.
Yo.
I say, fuck.
Yeah.
Now the gents, they come to me and say, hey, Emun, when I was going to no swimmer rena da. Grey, Scotland papela when Tono swimmer rena get tabi so we la naga Mokgadi.
That's my twin brother.
That's my twin brother, so we identical. So I want a limri, Catilo Chana, Shepile Chescopo. So I want a Nale and a song.
Sure.
Then months pass. Now I have to confess because of now I'm playing soccer with them.
I was going to say, because you're in a dress, a tunic.
There was in
school.
the dress.
But at playtime you must change to play soccer.
I play soccer. So now you see, now I was a leading goal scorer. I was a good striker.
Sure.
So now they come to me, the gents. I get now they are comfortable, we're very close, we're tight.
Yeah. I
can have conversations with them, about everything, anything. So now they asking me, I'm fed to, I know what lean. Grand Tabiso, is there Tabiso? No, gents. Let me just come clean. So now they come to me and say,
you saw snake most.
I saw the snakes and everything.
And some are smaller than others.
Some are smaller than others. It's okay. Don't worry about it, my man. I've weighed you. I know what you have.
Yeah.
So your particulars is fine, but it has got nothing to do with what you have now.
Exactly.
But if you guys felt offended, no, I'm sorry. And we were very close, with the gents because I played soccer, I played under 14 with them, I played under 17. I also, even when I was still young at that age, I played with the senior team there and there. So I played a very good football. And my childhood, it was beautiful because I had never been fake. I've never tried to be somebody I'm not. Even when I know I deceived all those guys, when I disguised myself, but I always knew, what I wanted, and I followed my heart, and I never wanted to be somebody I'm not. And my childhood was good, from hunting, moving from my village to my grandmother's village, Failing. So even the community, they knew the kind of my personality. They knew. Even the other villages, they will know. Football to another level. But it was a beautiful childhood. I love it. It's nice. It's a nice feeling.
But because you're attracted to girls.
Yeah.
And puberty is hitting now because you're teenagers. Hormones are raging.
Of course.
You start looking at girls differently also.
Yeah, of course. I started looking at girls differently, and I like some other girls because I'll get attracted to other. But I had to respect myself as well because I never wanted to just be in a relationship for the sake of my gents.
Yes.
The gents will tell me, I'm not in this village, guys. Not here. You understand? But there was one girl that I liked. That one. I liked very much, and she knows. You understand? And of course, we were very tied to. There would be kisses, there would be that and that.
I was going to say, when did you first kiss a girl? How old were you?
I was in grade, I would say grade 5. So that means I was.
That's earlier than most guys.
That's earlier than
so
most guys.
You've been winning.
I mean, I was forward. I mean, I've won. I've done it. So, but obviously, we were young. Obviously, there was never any, sexual encounters, no intercourse or anything. So the gens will know that one. But obviously, we grow. We grow out of that. Obviously, it was just my crush. We never really had any relationship. We were very good friends.
Did you ever have to deal with a guy that liked you?
Nah. If a guy will come to me and try to get our flop, I was can't try son. I will the chance.
Yeah.
I get die then. You understand? I get I'll chop it. So don't play that game with me.
So you've never kissed a guy?
No, never. Never in my life.
You've never even been curious?
No, I've never been even curious about, because look, I'm built different, you understand? So for me, I'll say I'm more straight into just, in this, relationship kind of. So I'm only attracted to women, not guys. Fresh, you can't no share fella. I'm not, ne? Yeah, understand? Yeah. But like I said, I'm built different, and I love everything about it, and I can never be curious about being in a relationship with a guy. I can't even imagine that. I'm just built different, and I'm happy with it. And yeah, even Violet once asked me, I said, no man, not so.
Yeah,
one streak, one hour and a fail. So if if it doesn't work with you, that means then I'll find another woman. But obviously, it will never get to that extent where me and you will divorce. I married you, then it's forever.
Sure. Absolutely. We are still talking about your childhood.
Yes.
Tell us about Mr. Maseko, aka Boss.
Boss.
And how his influence probably changed your life forever.
No, that guy, he's delayed now.
Yeah.
He has played a massive role into, opening, my eyes, and then, my mind, to get more into, professional, sports. I played a good baseball, in school, there, but we call it softball. And when, because I used to hit.
You know that I was also a pitcher,
Yeah, I pitched as well.
Yeah, no, Nikili blind.
Yeah, so when we played baseball, so now he comes to me and say, now we play baseball, I play good soccer. Then he could see the runs. When we do long runs with the gents, I slant them.
Sure.
So
even from base to base?
Yeah, even base to base, home run.
Yeah.
I'll hit the home run.
Yeah.
You understand? I'll bunt and then I'll get to the base. Yeah. So I was that kind of a player. I was more technical, but I could still hit the ball.
But your speed
always
came in
always was on point.
Sure.
So then when when I started venturing into athletics, and then he had a conversation with me. He introduced me more into the Kenyans, the great Ethiopians, and then come, the Ben Johnsons, Marion Jones, trying to give me the inside of what's happening in sports. People use banned substances, you should avoid all those things. And because of that guy, I fell in love with athletics.
Sure.
And he was a great mentor. And he made me believe that I can be the best athlete I can be. He saw it in me that I did not see it. And then I had to choose from my first love, football, walk away from it, and then started, doing athletics, because of also that year when I started athletics, 2006. Seriously, I did not make it to the nationals, but 2007, I made it to the nationals, also to international level, where I qualified 2007 for Kosasa Games in Botswana.
Sure.
And when I came back from Botswana with that defeat, something just awoke in me. It awakened something in me to say, I want to do better. I want to do more. And with boss on my side and the Hezekiel, there was a other teacher, Hezekiel, that was in another school who will take me through, training with the group. We had Bakwena, secondary school. I was in Tema. So I had to move because of my school couldn't cater for athletics.
Sure. I
had to tell, the principal, say, hey, you'll make a plan. And then I went to another school to register and run. Yeah. And that particular year, when I won the Commonwealth Youth Games, in 2008, I knew that, look, boss was right. Because now I beat the Kenyans. And then I come back and tell him, hey, you said it. Then he say, you see, now it's about discipline. You see, now that's when that dedication, discipline, knowing what you want to do, sacrifices, they started coming in. Now I had to sacrifice football to athletics. So I wherever he is, look, I am always appreciative, into what he has installed in me, the courage that he gave me, making sure that I'm always, from one point to B, making sure that I skip, classes, and then I go train, with Bakwena, students, and then I was able to venture into athletics and then be where I am. For me, I will say, I will always honor him. Yes. I will always respect him, and even if I meet, with his family, I will always be appreciative to, to his family. Yeah.
So rest in peace, Mr. Maseko.
Yeah, may his soul rest in peace. Yeah.
But I guess the bittersweet part of you now being a part of the youth circuit, and kicking ass on the youth circuit, is that is when the scrutiny started. Yeah. Especially from other girls, because you don't look like them.
Yes.
How did it feel realizing that, geez, I thought it was bad, but here it is again. It's here again.
No, I think for me it has not sank in at first, but then I realized, no, I'm a badass. I'm good at what I do. And obviously people, when they see something special, they'll always talk. Yes. But you have to understand that with me, I've always loved, myself, how I look, everything. And I always knew that my presence, shakes people. It makes people feel uncomfortable. So for me, I'll not say emotionally it has affected me in a way that it will destroy me. But the only thing that I can say,
not even a little bit of pain.
No, of course there was a pain where now you have to understand they take me away from my sport. But people talking about me, no pain. No, I know how I look. You understand? So come on, my features are my features. And when athletics and then each and everyone started mocking me, she's a hermaphrodite, she's a man, she's a dad, she's that. And then I'm like, that's your opinion, you understand? But they did not realize that they're building something, you understand? Because for me, I took it as a platform to grow myself, to grow my brand. Because of now I've realized that I need to silence myself from this. Yes. I need to let these idiots talk. I need to let them talk about me. And I need to let them build me.
I need to give them something to talk about.
I need to give them something to talk about. And what I did, I went back, silenced myself, mute, focus on what I do best, which is running. And obviously, it has been a battle because of now you are being stopped. Now you have to sacrifice yourself, where now medication comes in because of I'm being, blocked from running. But I remember telling my legal team to say, guys, I'm not ready to fight the battles. I want to run. So you gotta have to make sure that it's in the book. You gotta make sure that you get me back to the track. I'll do anything that will make me, run again. But what people don't understand that is that media can build you, media can destroy you. But for me, I use that as a platform to build the brand Caster. So now people don't realize that they're marketing me.
Sure.
Now the whole world is talking about me. I'm now in the 100 people at times. That matters. At that particular time. And then people don't understand that when you are in a situation like that, take it in a positive way. Yes, it is hurting when you are discriminated, it's hurting when you are racially abused, when you are dehumanized, but use that as a positive way to live life. Sit down and understand yourself. What is it that I want? What is it that I want to achieve? Do these people, make me shake? Is what they're saying what I think about me? No.
Yeah.
So for me, I think I took that as a great platform to build the great Caster. And now I'm the mighty. You understand? So nothing can shake me, nothing can do. Yes, I've been in the dark side where you are depressed. I'm a teenager, Now people are talking about you every day. When I wake up, I see these things on the news. But it affected me in a way that I've lost, myself out of it, where now I had to isolate myself, from people, try to figure it out, how I'm going to handle the world, because of now you walk into the shopping center, you understand? So you need to start learning how to, be positive. And I know when you say, but man, I'm saying, man, you calling me names. Naga Ajaboy, Naga Robala, Naga Reila, Nagi Diang, understand? I'm growing, I'm building myself, I'm doing something out of life. At the end of the day, but then what I can remind people about life is that when all these things was happening, I stood up for myself. I was not going home to cry to my parents.
Sure.
I was not living under my parents' roof. It was just all about me
And
trying to.
And this started when you were a child.
Yeah, when I was a child.
You were 18.
I was 18, and I had to be responsible. So for those who are in the social media trying to mock me, trying to think that they can destroy me, trying to call me by name, I don't care. I get foggy, guys. I get foggy. I don't care. Me, I mind my business. My shit is together. I put my shit together. My shit is working.
Yeah.
I'm growing myself.
Sure.
I need nobody to grow me but myself. Because at the end of the day, for me to make you believe in my work, to believe in me, that's me talking to you. You understand? So I urge each and every individual who's watching this to say, look, focus on things that you can control. What I did, I focused on things that I can control, which is myself, which is my emotions. I never reacted. Reaction can be dangerous,
Sure.
but I acted upon it, which is I was calm, relaxed. I still smile. I could have committed suicide. I could have done that, but I chose life over, beating around the corner, feeling sorry for myself. But mental health is very important. People need to understand that things that we say about people on social media, can destroy them, can take them to, to that extent where sometimes we can take our lives. We should be careful in terms of what, we say to other people. But for me, I'm just a free soul. I'm in peace. I'm good.
You know what made me laugh in the book?
Yeah.
When you're you're in the youth athletic circuit, and sometimes the girls would comment about, but that looks like a boy, and how you
walk naked,
and then how you'd offer to show them. No, I can show you.
Yeah, I can show you it's FMB Stadium. It's what I have.
Or how sometimes you'd walk into the change room.
And, I will just walk
and strip naked immediately.
Yeah, I strip naked. Even now, sometimes I can just decide to walk.
Yeah.
Naked, so you can just see it's FMB Stadium.
Yeah.
It's just, she's just built, different. You understand? I think people need to understand that I'm not ashamed of my body. I love my body. I love how it is. I embrace it. I celebrate it. So that's why the book comes in, so people understand that as individuals, we need to embrace ourselves. We need to educate other people about the differences that we have in our bodies. It's not a shame.
Sure.
You are not a mistake. You know, God created you for a reason. So be that the light, be that hope, and be that symbol of, positivity, into, this youth's life. So, but for me, I'll do that. I'll still do it, even today.
You know, we should be ending the interview on that note, but I still have more questions. In fact, it's because of how you look.
Yeah.
And because of a change room.
Yes.
How you met Violet. Because Violet was undergoing a urine test.
Yes.
And then she found you in the change room.
Yeah.
And she's like, why is there a boy in the change room?
Yes, because of my voice.
Yes.
Because when we're talking, you know me, I have a bold voice. I'll be like, yeah, yo,
Yeah.
And,
Una le voice e fresh.
Ke na le voice la ya lona ya fresh, ya go shit, Texas. Oh, why is it?
Sure.
So, ke na le that voice a deep. So, but I can't blame her.
Yeah.
But I had to correct her.
Sure.
And then that's where she got charmed, I hit her with that thing. And we started being friends. And I told her, look, no, I'm not a guy. I'm just a girl who's different, who's born different. I know you are values. And then she was like, no, I'm sorry, I didn't know, voice too deep. Because also I was tall. And we started talking, and then I told her, no, I'm gonna whip your ass.
Yeah. Because she's from Limpopo, but she ran for Gauteng Central.
Yeah, Central Gauteng that time. And I told her, look,
as you can tell, I've read every inch of your book.
Yes.
Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, and she's, I don't know, she was great, at what she does, good.
So when I'm stock almost.
No, but at first I don't think it was never about stock.
Yeah.
Now I'm too focused in a way that if I like something I cannot realize now, I'll realize later.
So you're a slow burner.
I'm a slow burner, yeah. So I think I realized.
Do you know the moment that you realized that I think I like this girl?
Yeah, I knew. It was after 2 years.
Yeah.
Because I met her 2007.
Sure.
So in Zanen. So when I was running in Potchefstroom, Yellow Page series.
Sure.
We had the opportunity to just be together and relax, chill. So then when we had eye contact, conversation, I was like,
it was a moment, movie.
yeah, there was that movie where I fantasized.
Yeah.
But I was like, no,
Yeah.
she's older than me. I tried to run away.
Yeah.
But not knowing that she's feeling the same.
In your friendship at that stage, though, because, I mean, when you met her, you were 16.
Yeah, I was 16.
So you guys are now running the Yellow Pages. You are 18-ish.
Yeah, me, I was,
you're 18-ish.
18-ish,
She's 5 years older.
She's 5 years older than me.
What conversations are you guys having? What are you talking about? What do you have in common?
It was just more about life, our backgrounds, where we're coming from. So we resonate, with life. Siblings, what I like, what I don't like, all those things that I don't take nonsense, all those things. Yeah. But also trying to figure it out what kind of a person she is, if really we clicked. And we really clicked. It was more about building one another because she liked my potential, into sports because she could see future.
Sure.
And she would tell me, when are you on the future? Yeah, no, on the future. Mara ke bona ka re na le future. I want that idea like future.
Yeah.
So, but you said in. It's like you're joking, but you know what you say deep down your heart. And then I wanna blush and I'm gonna chance.
Yeah.
But now I had to play hard to get. Now remember nagel parallel to high, I can phone, I can next.
Sure.
So now she comes and say, "Hey, on the phone, I'm gonna get one sharp. I just had to go pan.
Sure.
Sharp. No.
So was this in Poch?
Yeah, it was in Poch. Okay. So, but the important moment about that part was how we were acting towards each other. You could see that there's something
was
on.
different.
No, even the gents, they would see her no, because now she's acting more girlfriend type.
Sure.
She will take my bags when I go to the warm-up areas, and then I hold it with her, and then her friends ask, "What's going on there?"
Sure.
And then obviously the very same year she comes, I'm running, in Pretoria. Yellow Page series again. You know, Jimmy Stan, she comes. I know. Now I start feeling comfortable.
Is she coming to watch you, or
Yes,
is she also competing?
She came to watch me. Then
So
she
wasn't
had injuries that time.
Ah, okay.
So then after nationals, no, she recovered. We ran nationals together, 1,005, and then I came second. She came fourth.
Sure.
But then after Yellow Page series, I had to be Romano.
Yeah.
Then I give the flowers.
Yo.
And I look at her. Then I say, I'm Shapila. Then it was nice. It was one of those relationships where I think we developed a friendship first. We had to trust one another. But also herself had to deny. She had to be in denial because she has not been, in a relationship with a woman before. Yeah. Now she had to go for counseling to ask. Then they tell her that, my friend, whatever you're feeling, that's what you're feeling.
Sure.
So don't fight it. You understand? But then we end up, just being in a relationship. We confessed.
Sure.
But we played hard to get. Now I had to be the one to confess because she couldn't tell me.
Sure.
So I had to tell her, you understand? But I think we were meant to be, together, and our connection is great. She's a very caring and loving person. She's very supportive, and she has always been there for me, even when I was down. You understand? So, yeah, those are the people that you'll appreciate for the rest of your life. But yeah, it was funny how it started anyway.
Sure.
So yeah.
We are running out of time.
Yeah.
But also because I want people to buy the book.
Yeah.
I want people to buy the book. So please get the book, The Race to Be Myself, by Mokgadi Caster Semenya. It's an incredible book. You can even get the audio book.
Yeah.
If what I'll drive and listen to her story. It's an incredible story. So I'm going to stop the story at 2009.
Yeah.
So that people get the book and read the rest of it.
Yeah.
2009. You're 18.
Yeah.
You're a child. You're at the World Athletics Championship in Berlin. Berlin is the same place where the Nazis, Hitler, in 1936, because they wanted to show the world that we are the mighty Germans, made it difficult for a black runner, Jesse Owens, at the very same Olympics,
same stadium,
that a black child was treated like a freak show. That is how I saw it in terms of how you were treated in Berlin. I mean, it's the eve of the 800-meter event.
Yeah.
And World Athletics, who are now AWIF, want to now subject you to tests.
Yeah, they've done it before.
So who came to you and said, this is what we're going to do?
At first, you have to understand, we have to study from scratch how it started.
Sure.
So July 2009, I went for African Junior Championships.
Sure.
I ran 800 meters and 1.5. I doubled the golds.
Yeah.
And I ran a well lead over 800 meter women. That's senior.
Sure.
And now it's a national record. So apparently, Australian media had a comment.
It's always them or the British.
Yes.
Always them or the British.
And then to say no, she needs to be tested. We don't think she's woman enough.
Sure.
You understand? And yeah, it's fine. When I was in Pretoria, a night before my departure to Berlin, ASA was sent a letter to conduct gender testing. But they don't tell me it's gender testing. That's what disappointed me.
Sure.
And they send me a psychologist to try to counsel me, but also the psychologist does not. She's scared to say it direct to me.
Sure.
And I went, to the Mediforum, now Mediclinic. In my mind, I'm thinking I'm going for testing, just doping, and then I'm fine. When I get there, the guy started explaining to me, that's when I realized this is gender testing. I tell him, my man.
So exactly what does a test entail?
Gender testing entails of physical evaluation.
So what are they checking?
They checking.
Hold on. So basically, because not again, I say things the way I see them.
Yes, of course.
So basically, in the history of athletics, and the world, the last time I'm going to say it like I see it. White people were so obsessed with what's between the legs of a black woman. What's kana kwa
Sarah Batman, yes.
And now we're back there.
Yeah.
Yo.
Now they're coming. So now
How are you feeling as this is happening?
Oh, me? I don't care, my man. Me, I show the P and then I'm out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you want to see, it's there. You know. And then when they're evaluating, they ask me, okay, you need to spread your legs. I'm like, it's fine. But at the end of the day, there's nothing. There's no dig there.
I'm not hiding anything.
I'm not hiding anything. I'm a woman.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a woman who's bold, who's masculine. Yeah, it's fine. And at the end of the day, people need to know that even if you as a gynecologist or anybody, as a man, your wife has a vagina. So why must I hide my vagina? At the end of the day, there's nothing that you're gonna do. You understand? So I mean, I allowed them to evaluate because of there's nothing I'm hiding. But the only thing that I did not allow it was for them to physically, violate me.
Ah, yes.
You understand?
Did they want to?
They wanted to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's in the book. Especially in South Africa, they did not do anything.
Yeah.
But when I got to Berlin,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
They tried to say, no, I am a papa.
Sure.
It's fine. It's fine.
Sure.
You understand? Those are the things that they've realized this one is a problem. Because now I tell them it's fine. It's the night before my final. You still want to do the very same thing. Okay, do it. Because that's when they wanted me to feel like I don't belong.
Sure.
They wanted me to feel like I must not like my sports. I must not like running. Unfortunately, me. And now I'm there to work, Baba. That's my mind. I was there to dig goals. And what has happened is that in South Africa, yes, we've done it. And then the guy told me, hey, my friend, Pelawana, you are built different. So the results might not be what you like.
Ah, yes.
It struck me, my man. I'm like, okay, the results might not be something that I don't like.
So that's playing in your mind now.
Now it's in my mind. I call Violet. You see, first thing I did, hey, this is what happened. You see, those people that were there, this is what's happening.
So Violet she's this side.
No, yeah, she was in Pretoria, but
when are you in
she had
Berlin?
not. No, she was in Pretoria.
For the tests.
The first test.
Yes,
I was in Pretoria. Then I tell her, hey, I feel like I must just leave this thing. And then she said, no, you don't know what you want to drop. You're the best thing that I've ever seen in the world of sports. When I see Maria, I see you.
Maria Mutola.
Yes.
From
Mozambique.
Yes.
I say, you say so? Yeah. No, okay, cool. I went back to the room, we prepare. Then she asked me, when you win, what is it that you're going to do? Then I show her the pose. Where is it coming from, this thing of yours? She thinks I'm crazy. I say, when I win, that's what I'm going to do. I travel to Berlin. I get there. I ran the heats. After the heats, they came for blood. They took the blood. Semi-final, they took the blood.
Yeah.
The day of the rest, they came again.
Yeah.
They took me to the hospital to do those evaluation. They took the blood.
You went through.
I went through hell there.
Everything that would have broken your average person.
That could have broke an average person,
Yeah.
or even if a professional athlete to be taken to testing each and every day like that before final.
You are a child. You're 18.
Now I'm a child.
Yes.
Now the
18.
only thing I cared about there was to walk out of that championship victorious.
Yeah.
And then what they did, they sent my people to tell them they need to withdraw me because now they got the results from South Africa.
Ah, yes.
The results are saying I have a high testosterone level. And now they send Maponyani in. It's one of the president. He was a vice president. Hey, it was the first time I cried. I tell him, I did not travel, this far to tap out. Let them try me. If there's anyone who will stop me, there is God. So if you motherfuckers want to stop me, you'll come drag me out of the track.
Now I'm running.
Yeah. It's like my dad. He looks at me, that guy. He said, Hey, he left. He went to the president to tell the president, hey, my friend, Here we are raising a revolutionary.
Uyanyiwa.
Yeah, here we're raising the minimal more. Then the president withdrew from as a council member to support me, and then I ran. Yeah. But before I ran, now this thing is all over the news. It's publicized. I don't know. The day of the final, I walk in the warm-up area.
Sure.
All eyes on me.
All of a sudden, paparazzi. Yeah.
So now I'm like, all eyes on me. So that means I'm a dog.
Yeah.
Now I'm a real deal.
Yeah.
Oh, let me show them how it's been done. They're staring at me. No, I don't know anything. I don't know anything about what's happening on the news. I go, I run a final, I win the title. Then the saga start. Now they're hiding newspapers so I cannot see.
Yes.
But I do not care.
But surely there's an illegality in them leaking your results to the media before you even saw them.
Yeah, that was illegal.
I mean, the fact that you must read in a newspaper that you don't have a uterus.
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
They've violated me. They went to another level where.
It upsets me to this day.
Fresh. Sometimes in life, for us, you see where we're coming from as apartheid to be where we are still upset about that, but you understand, we move on with life. We try to, not to let the past, define us, as individuals. Yes, they've wronged me, but for me, I had to take that as a opportunity to educate people. They've shown us how they are, and we know how they are.
In fact, we have known for 100 years.
For 100 years.
So we must not remakala when you are treated in a certain way. Because
it's in their nature to undermine people of color. You understand? So for me, I know there's no one from that Western world that can, especially in that, like world athletics, that can come and fight for me. Yes, there are people outside that world that still support me, support my cause, but particularly that small portion of those people, they're still the same. That's how they are. And for me, I will not let that destroy me, but I'll always fight, for what is right.
Do you think if you were born in Europe and you were pale-skinned, but you're exactly who you are, do you think you'd have gone through the same scrutiny?
No, I could have been protected. Those people protect what's theirs. They protect their own. And what's disappointing about us as Africans, we don't do that. We still bow to them because of, I don't know, money, because of dollars, because we want to be part of it. But at the end of the day, African leaders need to understand that we are affiliated members of the organizations, and if them as African leaders does not fight for their own, we are still slaves. I'll say it direct to the camera. Whoever that is listening as an African leader, if you're still allowing people to treat your African people like slaves, you are still imprisoned because you are not free from that. Because we say we want to be liberated from that. That's not liberation. We are still imprisoned by the very same policies, very same institutions. This policy making, for me, we are still imprisoned by that because of now we need to abide by rules that does not concerned with the African, constitution, where now in South Africa the constitution says non-racial and discriminate, policies. But we still go affiliate ourselves. We do not fight that.
Sure.
We still feel like it's okay for these young girls and young boys to be discriminated, to be racially abused. But we say nothing about it because we want to be executives. We want to be part of the organizations. So I think we as African, especially the youth, we need to wake up. We need to wake up and fight for what is right. We need to start understand policy making. We need to understand what Constitution says. If we say non-racial and discriminatory policy, we have to mean it. But now it says it's necessary. You see, because it's been done by Sebastian.
Yes.
It's necessary for him to discriminate me. It's necessary for him to discriminate one child from India, one child from China. You understand? So it affects the global south. But if our leaders, we are going to beg to be loved because of we don't want people to cut ties with us. Unfortunately,
it's bullshit.
Yeah, it's bullshit. I always say that. So based on our history, based on what we're coming from, I think our African leaders, we need to wake up. It's not, I'm not offending you, but I'm just showing you, for me as a leader, as a youth, how I feel about my leaders.
Sure. At some stage, you were forced to even take medication that made you feel nauseous, it gave you anxiety, but you can read about it in the book.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about it here.
Of course.
And obviously, we've been following your case.
Yes.
Where you were told that if you want to run in your current, then you must take testosterone lowering medication.
Yes.
But you won your discrimination case in the European Court of Human Rights last year.
Yeah.
But when do you just want to run, Grand?
No, I just want to run. I'm free. I'm a free soul.
So are you going to run, and if so, where and when?
No, I mean because of IAAF or World Athletics still impose, those regulations. We're still yet to fight, the case. If they think we're still sleeping on it, Sebastian boy, we still coming.
Sure.
You understand?
So you're not willing to take the meds?
No, I will never do that.
And still beat them on those meds?
No, I will not do that. Why? Because I feel like doing that based on, if you look at the medication that they prescribe to these kids, it's not safe, not for their health. It's not even licensed for someone who is not taking it for a certain thing, but lowering testosterone. It's not for lowering testosterone. It disturbs, your system. It messes up everything.
So King, is it like an estrogen treatment of sorts?
It's more like an estrogen treatment, but remember, now you're giving it for someone that is not built for it.
Exactly.
So we need to be careful as
you're guinea pigs.
Yes, you are guinea pigs. That's what I've said it. You understand? So for me, I will not do that. I'll run in South Africa and build my South African sports because my constitution allows me to run in South Africa. I need no IAAF.
Because also now for me, the ridiculousness of this whole thing is, if because of how you were born and you have higher levels of testosterone, different men have different levels of testosterone.
Yes,
we might as well then extend it to men also and say we're going to measure the balls of men, because a guy with bigger balls will have more testosterone than a guy with smaller balls.
Yeah.
A guy with longer legs is more likely to run faster than a guy with short. So let's be ridiculous about it and start banning everyone.
I think when you look at it, also it's a disadvantage for women because now the very same man wants to regulate women's sports.
Imagine.
You understand? So I think also we as women, we need to start understanding that what is it that we need for women's sports. We need to start fighting for women to say, yes, policy are being made, but policy makers needs to include women when it comes to women issues to say, what benefits women. At the end of the day, this is a world of sports. We entertain, we're here to make money, and then we get out of here. You understand? But what disappoints me is that men are still obsessed with women's body. They are still obsessed with regulating women's body, how a woman should look like. My friend, not every woman will wear makeups. Not every woman will wear high heels. Not every woman will have a huge breast. You will have a cleavage. Will have a ngabatok, nyash, all those things. Not, you understand? How we are built, we are different. We should be celebrating people for who they are, how they are, as much as men are celebrated for what they're being given. Huge arms, tall, muscle fibers. You name them, Michael Phelps, LeBron James, Cristiano Ronaldo. Those people genetically they are benefiting from that.
Yeah.
The way they were born
is their advantage.
Why are you not cutting off the Shaquilles? Did you know how big Shaquille was?
Shaquille is a monster.
Yao.
Yeah.
Was very tall. Kareem.
Hey, Mutombo.
All those people. Mutombo. Let's even talk about the Africans. Embiid, he's originally from here. Giannis is originally from here because of his half Greek and Nigerian. So we need to understand that even women in basketball, can you cut their knees so they can level, with the short guys? So yeah, those are the issues that we need to understand.
Hence, I'm saying that if we were going to do that and start policing women's athletics, then let's be ridiculous and police everything about athletics. We might as well do that.
You understand?
But listen, we are out of time.
Of course.
I was supposed to chat to you for an hour. It's now 2 hours. And we haven't even been, guys, you need to get this book. The book is incredible. You will laugh, you will cry. The Race to Be Myself by Mokgadi Caster Semenya. Get that book. It's a great read. Or you can get the audiobook. The audiobook is about 12 hours, 11 hours. So if you have 11 hours and you're driving on a long distance trip, it's the perfect audiobook to get. Mokgadi, the reason you are here is just for us to recognize your resilience, your hard work, the inspiration that you are, and the fact that we can all learn from you, men and women alike can learn from you. Run your race, literally.
Of course.
And don't look to the side or it's none of your business. It's none of your business.
Of course, I mind my business, but to add on that, the book has a young readers edition. So, but at the moment, because it's still in the US and the UK, we're trying to get it this side. But anybody who wants to order can go online.
Who must buy this book? Who must buy this book?
This book, I think, I'll say it's for anyone who feels that they don't belong into this world.
Sure.
Anyone who feels like they're not enough, they're being questioned, they're being scrutinized. This book, it's an all-rounder because it can help you, with your mental health. It can help, gain your self-esteem, all those things. So I'll say it's for those who feel like they don't belong in this world. Go read this book. You'll be revived. You'll feel, motivated. You'll feel like, what have I been doing to myself? I've been, neglecting myself. I've been,
or I've been minimizing myself.
Minimizing, of course.
So that others don't feel my presence.
My presence, you understand?
They must know your presence.
But I can say, in short, it's a book of self-love, self-acceptance, someone who needs to learn how to appreciate themselves, respect yourself. In short, we'll say it's about self-love.
Sure.
Yeah.
And also, if you struggle with telling people for tech, get this book. You learn in the first chapter, but don't be afraid to say to someone for tech.
Yeah. If you're not happy with something, if someone comes give you kak for tech.
That's all.
Just all.
Mokgadi.
Thank you. Sharp.
We love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
No, thank you. No, I appreciate you for having me. So yeah.
The book is out, The Race to Be Myself by Mokgadi Caster Semenya. Get yourself a copy. Get yourself a copy for kids as soon as the kids edition is available. More Mzansi. We are done. Another episode of WAW What a Week, hanging out with Mokgadi Caster Semenya. What a woman. Coming to you from AMP Studios, downtown Johannesburg. We are part of the Africa Podcast Network. Email us at waw@africapodcastnetwork.com. Shout out Pezulu Works, Trevor and his team for all of the cinematography. Shout out to Otis the Flo Fraser for all of our imaging, and Keletso Modisa King, our executive producer. Till next week, have a wow week in spite of yourselves.